parents live just over across the highway there.
Ah.
Or winter out here over across there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, this is a perfect place to do the winter.
This is pretty cool.
I mean, Palm Springs was contractually obligated with the big music festivals to provide perfect weather.
There we go.
They tried to act like COVID was our fault. But and we'll be damned if we let them chase our Canadians away.
Were they here last night?
Yeah.
So some friends of ours over at the apartment complex or the condos,
Uh-huh.
they were going to come over last night and see it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been a really fun year for this. When you see them flitting about like that, it looks kind of spousty. They're hunting fruit flies.
Oh,
And that's 80% of their diet.
really?
Yeah. And they're really hitting the bugs because the migration is on. And the migration now goes north, and the first thing they have to deal with is mahogany.
That was pretty neat.
Yeah, it is. And they're so wild. They're only just now really starting to learn about them because they cannot tolerate confinement or captivity. You can't put them in a zoo or a lab. They'll die on the way there. And the University of Cornell and University of Connecticut have been sending teams into the rainforests in Central and South America with like the high-speed cameras that are portable now. It's fascinating. And we might be seeing some migrators too. I saw a few this morning.
So is there local ones that stay here year-round, and then
Yeah.
is there migrate ones too?
Yeah. There's usually some of the costas, the ones that are here right now. But mainly the black-chinned hummingbirds stay here over the summer. They're the real local birds, and they're desert adapted, and they don't migrate. They use the summer heat here as a nest defense. It's pretty spectacular, isn't it?
It's amazing.
Purple and green on the back, yeah.
Yeah. And sometimes their face will look like a kaleidoscope because it's an iridescence. It's microscopic air bubbles on a translucent feather.
Your cats don't try to get them either, huh?
No, the hummingbirds set the boundaries.
That's good.
Yeah, when they're diving, they're too fast for the cat to defend. By the time they realize they're under attack, they've already been attacked. And the hummingbirds go for the eyes. They do not mess around. I've seen one hummingbird drive off a roadrunner from the olive tree where her nests were.
Oh my.
Yeah. And they'll go toe-to-toe with ravens.
Pretty mighty for a small size.
Yeah. Yeah, they are. A lot of the indigenous cultures, the warriors adopted them as their symbol. They would believe things like if they died in battle, the hummingbirds would take their souls. And then they would come back to the people as hummingbirds. When the Spanish first got to Mexico, they saw the Aztec iconography around the hummingbirds, and they saw the priests that were wearing capes of hummingbird pelts, cutting hearts out of people.
Oh,
And the Inquisition said, nope, that's got to be Satan. The only a bird that can hover, it's got to be the devil. Bird that can fly backwards, got to be the devil. And people that do human sacrifice on a grand scale, worship them, we better not.
you're getting wild now.
Yeah. There's more on the way.
Wow.
She does not do that much.
Most animals like me, so.
Okay. I usually like them better than people.
Yeah, I know that feeling. My wife was jealous of my dog that I had a while ago.
Yeah. I have always refused to have animals or kids around me that I wasn't allowed to spoil shamelessly. It was just more fun for all of us.
She was very sassy. I couldn't sit in his chair when he was gone. She would get up there and she would make me move.
Yeah. Yeah. I had a big feral rescue guy named Jasper, and I had to be in the hospital for a few days, and he would not let anybody in my chair.
He must go through a lot of sugar and
Yeah, I buy him 50-pound bags.
okay.
You just use regular sugar then, or
Yeah. Yeah, they prefer just plain white granulated sugar.
do you have to boil it or anything, or you just mix it with
Just as long as it dissolves. Right now I'm using a higher concentration of a third a cup sugar to a cup of water because the population is high and the winter's on. The migration is on. So the demand for food is important. When the summer really sets in and it starts passing 100, I cut it back to a quarter of a cup. And I cut down on the numbers of feeders because,
not as many, or
yeah, there'll be like between 60 to 80 that'll stay the summer here. But I have misters, stuff like that, and shade, so we do fine. I'm really starting to come.
I'm not used to seeing them stop.
Yeah. Yeah. And they're relatively peaceful. they know there's enough food, so they won't fight over food, but they're hummingbirds and they'll fight over everything else.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. This is, he just kicks back.
Mm-hmm. Pretty chill. I'll have to show this to Danny.
Maybe around somewhere you can hear the wings flap.
Mhm.
The nose flap.
Feel it on your fingers.
And sometimes they'll bark at each other. You'll hear this really high pitched barking sound. And there's some that whistle. Okay, there's a migrator at the bird bath. That's a female anise.
So is it true the male, like a lot of male birds are more bright than the females?
Yeah.
All the hummingbirds do.
Mm-hmm. It's okay, Moose. Come here, Moose.
It's okay, Moose. He said, get him out of here. It's okay, buddy. He said, hold on, Joey.
get you a couple of feet.
Oh, they're going back. Okay, okay.
Yeah. Well, they know her. And I have zero control over who they come to.
Yeah.
We were joking. Part of the group, the first gentleman who told us about it, said I was the only one that couldn't get one to land on my finger.
Yeah.
It is so cool.
Yeah, it can get testy.
We need to bring Mom over tomorrow.
Can do that.
Sometimes it's not so much that they fly away, they just vanish.
Just all of a sudden they're done, right?
Yeah. Just as suddenly as they came, they'll leave. Because they have to be stationary after darkness.
Oh,
Yeah, they can't see it all in the night. They can see several spectrums of light beyond what we can see, like into the ultraviolets and lavenders and pinks. But they can't see it all the time.
do they just nest somewhere then, or how do
Yeah, they perch all over.
they? Okay. It's amazing the things we don't notice.
Yeah. Hey, Moose. What's up, buddy?
Oh my goodness, you're beautiful.
Yeah.
You need a few more hands.
Yeah. I know. What's going on, Moose? Yeah. You were good. You defended the house against the dog.
random.
Yeah,
here
he
comes
was so
in.
neglected. He needs kind of like constant attention. Well, you're the clear winner tonight. Okay, the bats are starting to come out. It won't be long now.
Well, all of a sudden,
Yeah. There'll be a few diehards. The ones that have territory staked out nearby.
they can get there quick enough to.
Yeah. And they're usually the first ones here in the morning. They like the feeder by the door because it's lit by the porch light.
Ah.
There you go. Okay. Did you ever think something like that would happen?
No, not in a million years. Today has been the day for animal surprises.